Things I wish I knew before starting the Black Swan Group. When you start something new, whether it's a company, a team, or a career, you think you know what's coming. You read the books, you got the passion, maybe you've got a plan. I thought I did. But the moment we launched the Black Swan Group, I learned a truth every negotiator eventually runs into. The game you think you're going to be playing is never going to be the game you're actually in. See, when you're starting out, you think success is about ideas and effort. Work harder, be smarter, push more. That's the myth. Reality? People aren't moved to excel by how much you care or how hard you try. Those things are essential. They're also inadequate. To get them across the finish line, they're moved by how well you can make them feel understood. When I first started, I underestimated just how much human nature was going to run the show. I thought just because it was a good idea and I worked hard, that would be enough. The lessons I wish I knew. Ego is a deal killer. I came out of the FBI knowing how to win in high-stakes negotiations, but leading a business, different animal. In leadership, the quickest way to lose your team or client is to protect your self-image instead of protecting the relationship. People don't quit jobs. They quit bosses who can't check their ego. Tactical empathy isn't soft, it's the edge. Early on, I still had moments where I thought empathy wasn't required. Wrong. Tactical empathy is the ability to deliberately get inside the other person's perspective and say it out loud. It's the fastest way to build trust-based influence, the most lasting and durable type of influence you could have. When you do it right, you get information they wouldn't tell anyone else. Next lesson. There's always a team on the other side. In hostage negotiations and in business, the person you're talking to is never the only decision maker or deal killer or implementer. Half of failed deals end up in what we call the agreement graveyard because of a hidden deal killer who was never in the room. If you don't prepare your counterpart for their internal negotiations, you're sunk. The single biggest driver of human decision-making? Fear of loss. People will take bigger risks to avoid a loss than to get a gain. If I could go back, I'd tell myself, stop leading with benefits and start clearing the fears first. Through accusations, audits, labels, and calibrated how and what questions. The last impression is the lasting impression. Whether it's a sales pitch or a tough team conversation, people remember the emotional peak and how you made them feel at the end. If you can leave them feeling respected and understood, you've won the next round before it starts. If I could talk to the Chris who was starting the Black Swan Group, I'd say, kid, it's not about proving you're the smartest in the room. It's about being the most curious. Shut up sooner, listen longer, call out the elephant in the room before it tramples you, and remember, everybody's got a deal killer in their corner. Your job is to smoke them out before they bury your agreement. These aren't just nice to know tips. They're survival skills in leadership and negotiation. Tactical empathy isn't a philosophy, it's a set of repeatable actions. Label the emotion, mirror the words, summarize the dynamics, and drop a calibrated question that makes the other side do the thinking. That's how you guide a conversation without ever seeming in control. The sooner you learn that the real battle is against misunderstanding, not against the other person, the faster you'll win in business, in deals, in life. So if you're starting your own Black Swan moment, remember, it's not about you, it's about them. Make them feel understood, and you will win.